Next, though, we'll hear from seven-time world champion Michael Schumacher after he sets the pace in testing in Spain.
And we get behind the scenes at Caterham as they reveal their ambitions for the new season.
Formula 1 and Michael Schumacher was fastest on the second day of testing in Jerez. The seven-time world champion was running his 2011 car and was 6/10 quicker than anyone else during this session. But it was all about discovering information on the tyres for his Mercedes team.
We had a very productive day, did lots of mileage, good mileage, not just cruising around. Made some very good work with the new tyres that we have to face for this year, and that was the main focus for us, understanding those tyres, use the old car as much as we know what is different between those cars for this year and last year's car, and trying to understand and work a program that we done perfectly well today.
Red Bull looked even more impressive, though, with Mark Webber putting in several sub-1 minute 19-second laps and consistently quicker than other teams running their 2012 cars.
There's so many different departments wanting to put their fingers in each run to say, you know, what we want to get in terms of information. So there's a lot to get to, a lot to get through. And that's what testing's all about. Very rewarding for the driver to, you know, smash through that work, and we know is a part of a huge picture, you know, that is being built.
Well, the British team at Caterham are pleased with their progress after 2 days of testing on the Spanish circuit. Heikki Kovalainen was the 11th quickest yesterday, believing the team have made huge improvements ahead of the new season.
Heikki Kovalainen returns to the Caterham garage after 8 hours testing the 2012 car on the Jerez circuit. Caterham finished 10th in 2011 for the second season running and reinforced their position as the best of the new teams. But while Heikki's work is done for the day, for some their shift is just starting. As the garage door closes, the night shift begins.
Winter testing is a very hectic time for us, and not only are we here testing, there's obviously stuff going on back in the factory. We found with previous experience from 2010 particularly that if we didn't run a shift, night shifts and day shifts, we'd end up doing 24 hours a day, and that's just not sustainable. And the calendar's so long now, you can't go into the year on the back of 3 or 4 tests, you know, with that sort of lack of sleep, because you're starting on the back foot, which isn't ideal.
After a debrief from Heikki, the team eat what for them is breakfast and then get started on the car, which on day 2 completed 139 laps.
Drivers give us some jobs, like Heikki wants a steering wheel further away from him today, so we've got to change the space in the steering wheel. There's a few jobs, but nothing. Drivers don't give us too much. Normally engineers.
As you can see from the car, it's in many pieces now, and it's very important, obviously, to be able to trust the guys, you know, that they can, you know, dismantle everything, you know, apart, you know, and they check everything in the car after each day, and then put it back together in the morning, and it's a very important part of our preparation for the season. That's why we have 2 shifts, you know, running the car. And of course, I'll try to give as much and as accurate feedback as possible. By the time the night shift guys come, and you know, they'll then sort the things out for the next day.
Improving on 10th position is Caterham's aim this season, and they'll be using KERS for the first time.
But, you know, we are targeting the middle of the field. You know, we want to be fighting with the teams in front of us. And so far, what I've seen from the team, from the factory, you know, we've grown and we've become a more professional team. So I think we have every chance to keep that target as a realistic goal for us. And then we see in the first race, you know, where we are, whether we are there or not.
And this is what the pit lane looks like in the middle of the night. Caterham are not alone. All the teams have a night shift who work away behind closed garage doors, while the drivers and the rest of us are asleep. Rachel Brooks, Sky Sports, Jerez.
Well, Williams will be driving with a new Renault engine this year. Last year was the worst in the team's history, picking up just 5 points. Well, Pastor Maldonado was happy with the testing over the past few days.
It was okay all through the day. We had no problems, so that is really positive for all the team.
What about the Renault engine? How's that?
It's big difference between the Renault and the engine we had last year. Not only in terms of power, even in terms of maps and many things to do. Still, it's so early to say, but it feel compact in the car.
Well, you've had your 2 days. Bruno's going to get in the car tomorrow. How are you feeling going away from those 2 days?
I feel good. I think his experience, we need to continue like that, to do all the program, and that's it. I think we have a lot to improve. So we need to do just the program, analyze the data, and keep pushing.
F1 and Michael Schumacher was fastest on the second day of testing in Jerez. The 7-time world champion was running in his 2011 car, was 6/10 quicker than anyone else during the session, but it was all about discovering information on the tyres for his Mercedes team. Red Bull looked even more impressive, with Mark Webber putting in several sub-1 minute 19-second laps and consistently quicker than any other teams running their 2012 cars.
And from the race to be the next England manager, it's more build-up to the first race of the new Formula 1 season. We're with the teams at testing.
Day 3 of testing ahead of the 2012 F1 season. Caterham are targeting a place in the midfield. Caterham finished 10th the last 2 years running, the best of the new teams after a day on the track. It's up to the technical staff to work overnight and get the most out of every minute in the build-up to the first race.
And we're in Spain as Lewis Hamilton and co put their cars through their paces ahead of the new Formula 1 season.
Testing continues in Jerez before the start of the new Formula 1 season. Mercedes remained on top of the timesheets on day 3 thanks to Nico Rosberg. World champion Sebastian Vettel was third quickest in the Red Bull ahead of McLaren's Lewis Hamilton.
Sebastian, can I ask you, what did you achieve today and what do you still have to achieve with that car?
Well, I think it's very early days. I mean, it's we only did 1 day now. In the morning it was quite slippery, and it does take a little while to get back into the rhythm and mainly to understand the car. So that was priority today for me. Find the rhythm and try to understand what the car needs, so that we can hopefully push the development in the right direction.
Every year you arrive and you never know what to expect, but you always hope for a good platform to start from and something that the team can build on. And I think after today, I feel quite positive with where the car is at the moment, and confident that the guys can push it forward.
Well, Bruno Senna has taken over from Pastor Maldonado in the Williams today and is happy with the progress the team are making.
It was a good morning. We managed to fulfill our program, and I think it's it's very positive that so early in the testing we're having very consistent runs. So we gotta work a little bit now on finding the small bits and pieces, and then putting more performance in the car. We always want to be quicker and quicker, but so far so good.
How's the Renault engine?
Well, the Renault engine is the same as I drove last year. It's a very good power unit. It's got great torque delivery, so it's easy to drive. So we're improving a little bit step by step.
There was nothing slow motion about Lewis Hamilton in testing today. We hear from the McLaren man as he ups the pace ahead of the new season.
Now, Formula 1 and Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel were both in action on day 3 of testing in Jerez. It was the first time Hamilton had driven the 2012 McLaren in anger, and the 2008 world champion got 80 laps of the Spanish circuit under his belt today and showed good pace as well. Hamilton was just a 10th of a second back on double world champion Vettel, who finished the session third fastest behind Nico Rosberg and Roman Grosjean. Vettel admits the new Red Bull took some getting used to, though.